All right, now I'm recording. Camera, lights, action. Camera, lights, camera, action. All right, we're recording now. So I'd like to see us come up, like let's say we're bearish, right? We have a bearish bias. I want to see us come up and sweep internal highs like this. Let's look at the 1 minute. What are internal highs? These 1 minute swing highs right here, this is all internal liquidity. So what I want to see us do is soup these highs like this. This is all liquidity right here. And I want to see us trade into a higher time frame PD array like this hourly bearish fair value gap. And we could even come up and soup these highs. Look at these equal highs up here. Relative to equal highs right there. So we've got a few different levels of buy-side liquidity right above us, internal. I would like to see us trade up into these levels, soup the liquidity, right? Turtle soup, and then reverse back down for external liquidity. So where's our external sell-side liquidity? Right here. We left behind relative to equal lows down here on the hourly. Boom. That is sell side because now we have a bunch of liquidity resting right below this level. So the framework for a trade, I talk about this every single day on my live trading sessions. You have to have a framework for your trade. If you are just jumping onto the charts and you see a price moving in a certain direction and you just jump in, your likelihood of catching a winning trade is very low. But if you have a framework behind every single trade that you take, your likelihood starts going up and up. Your probability of winning goes up further and further the more confluences and confirmations you have. So what would a framework for a trade right now be? It would be a turtle soup where we come up and we soup internal highs. Okay, like these swing highs right here and maybe even these. We trade into an hourly bearish fair value gap. And what is that? That's a resistance level. It's going to hold us down. We're going to see a reaction off of it. And then the next step that I like to look for is a reversal pattern like a breaker block or a unicorn model, or even an inversion fair value gap. And that's what I look to target my entry off of. So that's the framework behind a trade. I will never hop on the charts, see the market moving, and then just be like, oh, we're going long, I'm jumping in. No, I always have to have a bunch of reasons for getting into a trade. And that's where discipline comes into trading. If you want to be a disciplined trader, you got to have reasoning for the trades you take, because you're just not going to find success in the futures market. I'm telling you right now, if you're not disciplined, right? You have to be disciplined. So right now, this isn't a place that I would look to take a trade yet. We're consolidating. I don't take trades in consolidation. I take trades while we're manipulating and while we're expanding, not while we're consolidating, because this is low probability price action. We're moving sideways. The market's not telling us too much right now. We need to wait for a liquidity sweep and a reversal or a breakout in a retracement, right? A displacement retracement kind of move. So let's say, for example, typically during Asia session, whenever we gap down like this, let's go to the 15-minute time frame real quick. Whenever we get a gap down and we come down and we do sweep sell-side liquidity, what I like to see is that Asia reversal around 9 p.m. Eastern, but you guys can see we actually started to get that Asia reversal, right? What time? 8 to 9 p.m. I'm telling you, if you guys write this down, keep this in mind. If you guys like trading Asia session, look for this every single day. It's not going to happen every day, but look for this. If we gap down, look for price to go sweep sell side liquidity, come down and grab some lows. And then around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern, look for the reversal and look for us to go completely reversed right through new day opening gap, and vice versa. If we gap up, look for us to go sweep buy side liquidity and then look for a reversal that's going to go take out new day opening gap and start looking bearish. And it happens so consistently, guys. Like, obviously nothing happens every single day or every single session. But when you see something happening all the time, you want to keep that in mind. So every time you hop on the charts during Asia session, you look for that same move. And if it happens, then you can look and try to execute that trade. I don't trade US 30. No, I literally only trade NQ, guys. Because here's the way I see it. I might have a different philosophy than other traders out there. But if it's not broken, then don't fix it. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? I know this market so well. Like, I could jump on the charts and have my eyes closed, and I know this market. I know the way it moves so good. So what I'm not going to do is go and start trying to learn these other markets and the way they move, because I make my money on NQ, right? So for me, I don't see a reason to go trade other markets in terms of day trading. Now, long-term investing and all that, that's much different. But when it comes to day trading and trading futures, for me, it doesn't make sense to try and go to different markets when I know this market so well and I found so much success trading this market. But that's just my take. I know other traders have different viewpoints. And here's the thing, another thing is some traders will see that, maybe price action on NQ isn't good for the day, right? So then they'll go try to trade ES. So they'll go try to trade oil or whatever other, commodity or index. And what that can cause you to do is you're only looking to try and force trades because you just want to make money that day. What I would rather do is if I don't see good price action on NQ, I'm just going to take the day off because I don't need to make money every day. As a trader, you don't need to make money every day to be successful. When you do become consistent and successful is when you take off those bad days, when you just stop trading. So that's my philosophy, but I know there's a lot of traders out there that maybe they do find success. What is this, Chief Keef? Sorry guys, I like to bump a little Chief Keef every once in a while. Every once in a while, a little Chief Keef gets you going. Let's get some. Here we go. What do you know about the O block, huh? All right. Anyways, have you ever heard of New York? Oh wait, let me read the question above first. Tony, you said, does your strategy work for other pairs? Yeah, definitely. ICT Concepts works for, from what I've heard. I've never traded other pairs. Guys, right now I'm finishing this. What is it called? A cough drop because I talk so much throughout the day. I literally haven't stopped talking from 7 a.m. this morning my time till right now. I probably have talked for the entire time. So yeah, sometimes I gotta rejuvenate. Anyways, I keep getting off topic here. But yeah, the strategy ICT Concepts works for a lot of different pairs from what I've heard. Works good in Forex, works good on ES, works good on a ton of stuff. And that's just something you're going to have to go do and kind of do your research on your own. And kind of, if you can take my strategy and use it on a different index, then by all means, go do that. It's definitely something that you could do. Yes, I love that song, Shosky. One sec, guys. I'm gonna read through your questions. Don't worry. Let's see. Have you ever heard of the New York reversal? Example of London is up, New York would go down. Yeah, and it's all in confluence, right? Like every session is going to give you framework for the next session. So like, for example, you see Asia consolidating and then London gets the manipulation and then New York gets the expansion, right? Or the reversal. And it kind of goes throughout every session. There's themes. There's always themes, right? So it's like, let's say Asia is in the manipulation right now. Let's just say, for example, and then maybe London starts consolidating. Then New York might be where we start to expand, right? Things like that. You want to look at each session in confluence with the next one, right? Use that as a framework for the next session. Reading through some of the stuff here. Yeah, and like you said, P-Thing, like gold futures, I've heard great stuff about trading gold, right? And if you're someone that struggles with the high volatility of trading NQ, it makes sense to go and try and trade a market that moves a little bit slower, right? Like ES, for example, or like gold. You can definitely go and trade that because it's a lot easier to control your emotions when the market's not moving as fast. And then if you do want to end up trading NQ, you kind of practice on something like gold or like ES, and then you move over to NQ. But you just got to know how the market moves and make sure you're really studying that market before you're really jumping in and taking trades and stuff. All right, I'm just looking through. Yeah, 300. Big brr. There we go. Top-down analysis must-haves. I mean, yeah, so top-down analysis is so key, guys. Like, I do it every single morning. Every single morning I'm doing top-down analysis. So I start from the weekly. I chart out on Sunday night or Monday morning. The first thing I do is chart out our previous week high, previous week low, right? I want to see where are we more likely to take out. And then I go down to the daily. Previous day high, previous day low. Do we have a fair value gap below? Do we have a fair value gap above? What is our market structure looking like on the higher time frames? Where is our draw on liquidity? Is it bearish? Is it bullish? So I'm doing that first on the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. And then that way, when I drop down to the 15 and the 5 minute and the 1 minute, I can frame my trades based around my higher time frame bias, right? Whether that's a bullish or a bearish bias. Let's see. What advice do you have for people in here that haven't gotten their payouts yet and working towards it? That's a great question. And I talked about it a little bit a few days ago. If you are working towards getting a payout and that's your goal right now and you haven't gotten one yet, what you need to do, and what I've seen people struggle with the most and what I used to struggle with the most, was just not being able to hold on to a funded account. And I've been talking about that a lot lately. That's the biggest issue, because here's why most people can't, because they trade the wrong way on the evaluation account. So what does that mean? That means you're going to trade the wrong way on the funded account. If you trade with no discipline or strategy or risk management on an eval just so you can pass it, you're going to try to do the same thing on a funded, but now you're going to see that, oh wait, this is real money that I can make now. So your emotions are going to get the best of you, and then you're most likely going to blow that account in a few days or less than a week. So that's why I teach to trade the right way no matter what account you are trading. I don't care if it's a paper trading account. I don't care if it's a 25K eval, if it's a 250K eval, if it's a funded account, if it's a live account, trade the same way. You need to. Because if you start building the wrong habits on a paper trading account, you're going to have the wrong habits on an eval. If you build the wrong habits on an eval, you're going to have the wrong habits on a funded. So the first thing you got to work on is building the right habits and sticking to a real trading strategy, right? And then taking your time. Don't try to rush it. That was my other problem, is I kept trying to rush getting a payout and trying to get funded so quick because I needed the money, or I wanted to go buy this thing, or I wanted to do this thing. And what did that make me do? I started taking emotional trades, really bad trades, and I would full port my funded account. Almost every single time I would get a funded account, I would full port it, and then I would lose it after a few days. And it's so frustrating, right? And I think most people can probably relate to that. Most traders probably relate to that idea, and it's so frustrating. I understand it, because trust me, guys, I've blown through so many accounts. And I finally came to that realization. I was like, you know what? I actually want to be a real trader. I want to make this my living. I want to start getting payouts. I want to be financially free. So what do I need to do to achieve that? Well, I got to start building the right habits. I got to be able to hold on to a funded account for a while. Because then what you do is, if you can hold on to a funded account for over a month, maybe 2 months, you're just building discipline. You're building good habits. You're trading small. You're sticking to your risk management. And even if you don't get a payout on either of those accounts or any of those funded accounts, the first ones that you get, at least you know that you can hold an account for a long time. So that means the next account you get, you hold it for longer. And then the next account you get, you might get that payout, right? Or even a payout on the second one. That's my advice for anybody that's struggling to get their first payout, is first of all, take it slow. Remember, it's not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, guys. It's not a sprint. If you think this is a get-rich-quick thing, I have to break it to you. You're not going to get rich quick overnight. That's just not how trading works. And most people try to sell you that. There's a lot of trading influencers out there that try to sell you that idea that if you join my Discord, you are going to be rich in 2 weeks. No, that's just not how it works. And I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm here to show you the way, like how to actually be successful at trading, because it is real, guys. Like, trading's a real deal, and you guys know that. You guys can see that. There is real, like, there's tangible things that can come out of this trading thing. And if you actually take it seriously, good things can happen, right? Good things can happen. All right, so I got some messages to read through here. Let's see. Don't quit, keep pushing. You only fail when you quit. True that. Yes, and right, I think that's most people. And do I pronounce it? Well, wait. Jojo, right? Ivaz? Yes, Joe. Perfect. Okay. Yes, Joe. And I completely, again, I relate to that, right? Because I've been there. I've been there so many times. Yes, I saw that. Let's go. Welcome to the team. Just very excited to have you. But yeah, just about your message, like you said, that's me to the T, right? Because I think most people go through that at some point in their trading journey. And I would say probably 90% of the people, maybe 90% of the people that are here in this live right now might be going through something similar, because it's such a normal thing to go through. And there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just, how do you start working on how to, to actually fix those bad habits? So don't full port 2 accounts, 1 long and 1 short on Apex. I would say probably not. Gets bad when I'm about to get a payout and I start taking... Yeah, I've been there too, right? You start stressing because you're about to get a payout, and then you start trading the wrong way. You start taking dumb trades. You just have to trade the same that you've traded the entire time. And if you can do that with the evaluation account, I'm telling you, you're going to have the same habits once you have the funded account. All right, guys, we're starting to drop a little bit here. I'll get back to your questions. Don't worry. I just want to talk about this market for a second. So we never came up and souped the highs. We never traded into the hourly. That was really what I wanted to see for that trade to set up. But yes, these shorts are looking good. I just don't like that we didn't come up and sweep those highs up there and trade into the hourly. ES did. Okay, so did we get a little SMT up there? Let's see. Let's check it out. ES, okay, ES made equal highs. Did it sweep? Very close to sweeping. I still don't like shorting right now, to be honest, guys. I don't like this because we've been consolidating, and what are we doing now? We're sweeping sell side. I just don't like jumping in the shorts at this point right now. But again, there might be a little short opportunity soon, and I'm still going to wait and see if we have a good short opportunity. But right now, at this moment, I don't really want to jump into the shorts here. Let me get back to some of your questions. I'm going to read through some of the chats here. The difference between a student and a master is the master has failed more times than the student has tried. Never stop trying. That's a great. That's just a great saying right there. It's true though. It's very true. I'm telling you, I have failed. I can imagine I've failed more than everybody here. Like, and I think that's very true. And maybe you've gotten close to the amount of accounts that I blew before, and the amount of time it took for me to become successful. But I'm telling you, I have had so many failures. Like, I failed for a long time, guys, and it sucked, and I hated it because I hate losing. But it was just a part of my journey that at the time I didn't see. But the further I got into the trading game, I was like, oh, you know what? If I didn't go through those failures, I would never be at the point I am today. G Money, you said my struggle is not accepting a loss. Always revenging and can't wait for the next day. I've been working on it. I saw progress during the last eval I did. I'm on XFA now. I just have to apply it on this account 100%. Challenge myself not to press buttons when I'm in front of the charts and wait for Joe. I challenge myself to copy trade for a whole week and without rushing or endangering trade. Ultimately do this challenge for 30 days, but let's go week by week. I love that. Day by day. That's a great way to do it, right? If that's what the way you're trying to go, that can help you definitely build that discipline for sure. For sure. KT, follow-up question. Was there any point in time where you wanted to quit? How did you feel? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Multiple times. Multiple times I wanted to quit. Like, there's been times in my trading career where I literally jumped into a trade and and it's a funded account, and I don't even have any reason to jump in the trade that I jump into. I just want to jump in just because I didn't know what I was doing. And then I start like praying that the trade is going to go my way. And then the trade ends up blowing my account. And, you know, that was probably like, let me guess. I don't know what at the time, how many. That was maybe like my 10th funded account that I had blown. And I literally like broke down, guys. I was so upset. I was like, I'm so done with this. Like, I was so mad. Like, just so upset with myself because I expect results fast. I don't like to wait. I like to see things happen right away. I like to see my progress right away. And that was like, it was heartbreaking for me because I was like, I thought this account was going to be the one. And then the next one, I was like, I thought this account was going to be the one. But my mindset was in the worst place ever because all I was focused on was getting out of debt, you know, with a payout. And just, I wasn't focused on the right things. I was focused on every wrong thing that I could be focused on, right? So yes, plenty of times I have thought about quitting, right? In my journey, like multiple times. I was like, oh, you know what? This might not be for me. But I just kept pushing. I just kept doing it. And I don't recommend doing it the way I did it because I blew way too much money. I wasted a lot of money. I put myself into debt. I did stupid things, right? And again, if you do that, I'm not calling you stupid or anything. I'm just saying, like, to me, I did stupid things. I made the wrong mistakes. And I don't recommend anybody do that. And that's why I love having a community like this because I can try my best to help you not make the same mistakes that I did and maybe see success a little bit quicker than me as well, you know? So, yeah. Um, let me look through. Let's see. Let's see. If Asia is slower market, would you still aim for your typical New York TP and stop loss? No, it just depends. It really depends on how many ticks, how many points we're moving, right? Where is a good stop loss level? Um, I don't care how slow the market's moving. What I care about is where are my TP and stop loss levels? Where's the liquidity? Where are we targeting? And where's a good place to keep my stop? So let's look at some time frames real quick. Right now we're trying to break through again, right? We're trying to start breaking down for those lows. So what I would start looking for is what's a framework that I could start finding a trade. Well, we're forming a 5-minute SIBI up here. We're getting some nice down close candles. So if we were to trade into like a 5-minute imbalance and then maybe get inversion of a 1-minute bullish imbalance, something like that, okay, that gives me framework for a trade. And then what I do is I would look to, if, let's say I got my entry here, just for an example. I could keep my stop, above VWAP if I wanted to and have 42 ticks. Or I know that this trade shouldn't move past the 5-minute SIBI if the shorts are going to continue. So I could probably just keep my stop above right here. Well, let's see. Let's look at the 5-minute. I would want to keep my stop above the fair value gap candle wick, right? So I'd want to keep it above here. So that's a 28 tick stop. But what's my TP? I'm looking for these lows down here. That's 103 ticks. So it's just everything is based around what the market structure is. Where's my target for TP? Where's our liquidity? And what's my trade model that I'm getting my entry in, right? If it's a 5-minute SIBI with inversion, I want to keep my stop loss above the 5-minute fair value gap candle above the high, right? So I could keep a 28, 30 tick stop, or I could be more conservative or more safe and, put like a 40, 50 tick stop above VWAP. Hopefully that makes sense. How many evals you blow? I have blown over 200. Over 200. Yeah, crazy number. You guys, some of you might be like, "What?" And some of you might be like, "Yeah, I'm right around the same boat," But a lot of you might be like, "That's insane," right? Because like Strosky said, yeah, sometimes the master is going to fail a lot more than the student, right? Again, over 200, and I wasted a lot of money because I just did the wrong things, guys. I wasn't focusing on the right thing. I was focusing on rushing my success. I wasn't trading my strategy. I wasn't trading with risk management. I was just doing the wrong thing, right? So it took a while. It took me a long time to get to the point where I'm at today, right? It took me about 2 years to actually start seeing any real consistency. And everybody's time frame is going to look different. Dude, Frank, I saw that you said this song on cue, and I just put shuffle on one of my playlists, and this is the first song that played. No joke. Not even lying to you. That just tells you I've been listening to a lot of Chief Keef lately. All right, guys. There's a lot of messages. I'm trying to read through them right now. Yeah, and okay, Joe. So I know you just said I want to quit when I give myself rules and break my own rules and can't blame anyone but me, right? And that's so true. That's just so true, right? Like, because it is really it's you versus you, and trading it's you versus you. And what I always recommend is having an accountability partner that you can start going to, having someone to start talking to, whether that's a family member, a friend, or someone in this Discord community, someone in this family that you can go to consistently and be like, hey, I'm starting to go against my rules. Can you talk me out of this? Can you help me? Can we work through this, right? That's something that benefited me a lot, was having someone like that in my life. And even though they weren't even a trader, but they started learning about trading because I was getting into it, and they were my accountability partner, where I talked to them every single day. I said, dude, I screwed up today. I screwed up. I just blew 3 funded accounts or 3 eval accounts. I didn't stick to my rules, and he would help me walk through that. We'd walk through it together, where it wasn't a place of judgment. It was a place of learning. So I definitely recommend having someone like that, and that will help you fight this battle, because now it's not as much you versus you. And that's what's awesome about a community like this. Guys, we have almost 1,200 people in this community. All you need is to find one person that you can talk to, right? One person, that you can link up with. Wow, look at those shorts dumping. The shorts are dumping, guys. The shorts are dumping. You guys should have told me just to jump in and chase. Just kidding. Again, I still don't like any entry models here yet, guys. I don't like any entry models myself. If you guys had an entry model, a level that you liked, like awesome, I would love to know too. If you guys are in this trade, can you let me know like what was your reasoning? What's your framework for your trade? What's your entry model? I just like to hear, you know, again, it goes back to what's your reasoning for being in the trade, right? You got to be able to defend the reasoning for being in a trade. So we have this 15-minute busy down here. We broke structure to the downside. True, right? We did break structure. I agree. Let's see. We SMT'd 1 hour fair value gap ES and Q. NQ didn't, but on the 1 minute chart, ES made equal highs and NQ didn't sweep. But what I've studied is if ES makes equal highs and NQ doesn't sweep, it is still considered as bearish SMT. Interesting. ES likes to make equal highs, lows a lot, and that's why we're getting the reaction lower. Boom. There we go. Right? If I was a judge or I was a jury and you had to defend your trade, you just did a great job, right? You just convinced me. That's a real reasoning for being in a trade, right? You got to always have that reason. I love that. Okay, so again, what I like to wait for, I'm much more of a conservative trader myself, guys. I like to wait for us to trade back into a good level, trade back into like a 5-minute, get some turtle soup, something where we sweep some highs or some lows. And I like to look for inversion entries. Plus a little bit distracted, right? Just kind of, right now I'm more focused on talking with you guys, but now I might lock in a little bit more and start looking at some possible setups here. So we're bouncing off the 15-minute. This isn't the space to ask. Oh, no, this is, dude. No, this is definitely the space to ask any question. I don't consider questions basic. I don't think there's such thing as a stupid question. Well, no, I really don't. Like, you should be able to ask any question that you want, man. Trust me. We're here to answer your questions. There is such thing as a stupid question, but that's just like when it comes down to common sense sometimes. But no, like here we're about learning and helping each other, man. So I don't care. Ask any question that you want to ask, right? I'm here to answer. And that's why we have a community, right? Exactly what you said, Green. That is why we have a community. So that we can... That song's too sad right now. Like, we're here to help each other get really good at trading, right? And become successful. Like, that's what a community is about. So, no question is stupid. No question is stupid. Hey, there we go. Welcome. Welcome, Dooley. Glad to have you. Of course, man. Of course. And again, if sometimes I miss some questions when the chat is moving pretty quick, when there's a lot of questions being asked, sometimes I will miss some stuff. But again, if I miss your question, just type it again, and I'll make sure if you type it again, hopefully I'll see it the next time. Yeah, Soap Mac. Yeah, dude, it doesn't even matter, man. Like, you can ask me a question 100 times, and I'll answer it 100 times. Until you understand the concept that you're asking about, I will keep answering. All right, so we just traded into a 1 minute busy here, or a 1 minute SIBI. We're getting a nice bounce off of it. So the shorts look really good, right? Shorts look really good right now. I 100%. We've been talking about the shorts this whole time. We've been wanting to see the shorts come in. We are creating a 5 minute SIBI. We are creating a little 5 minute SIBI right here. Again, that's what I've just been waiting for. I just want to see us actually trade back and grab some liquidity first, and then catch a nice trade down. True, KT. I'm definitely down to start doing more sessions like this. I don't use Bookmap myself. Now, it's definitely something I'm not against. And I know a lot of people do. And I'm definitely interested in Bookmap. I've learned, you know, little bits and pieces of Bookmap. And it might be something in the future that I start implementing more. I might start implementing Bookmap a lot more in my trading strategy. For right now, I don't have it implemented. It's not something I use, but it's definitely something I'm open to using in the future. What firms are you vouching for? Anyone can answer. Yeah, okay. So I am affiliated with two, well, basically almost three firms. So two firms right now. Funded Futures Network and Apex Funded Traders. And then I will be affiliated with Funded Futures Family in the future. There's pros and cons to every different prop firm, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, use my prop firm or use this prop firm because I'm affiliated with them if they don't align with your trading strategy or your trading rules or you don't like their rules. I want you to make that decision for which one you like. So what I recommend is if you go into the top left of the Discord, right? I have it for Apex and I have it for FFN. And you can go look at either of those websites and you can read through the rules and see, okay, I align with their rules and I don't align with their rules. And then you can make that decision, you know, if you want to go with that. Those are two I use. One that I really do like is TopStep. TopStep is a very accredited prop firm as well. Now, I don't have an affiliate with them or anything, but I do really like TopStep. I think they're very trustworthy. I think they're a really good company. I think Funded Futures Network is a very trustworthy and good company. Apex is good, but you have to really know your strategy and you have to trade the right way. So you want to be a little bit more careful with Apex, and I only recommend Apex to someone that might that really understands how to trade Apex. And then yeah, Funded Futures Family. I'm really liking the rules that they have, and I will be affiliated with them. I will have, you know, a partnership with them as well. You know, going back with my connection with Danny forever. And I do really like their rules. I think FFF has really good rules, and they did just change to one-day passing, which is cool. You know, I like one-day passing. I think it's a good thing. The only thing is if you're not a really disciplined trader, you got to be careful with the one-day passing because you might try to just full port your account. So just be careful if you are trying to pass in one day. But I know I like the rules. So those are a few of the ones that I like. But again, I recommend you just go read the rules of these prop firms that I told you, and then you can make that decision for yourself, you know, and be like, yeah, I don't like these rules or I like these rules, and then you can figure it out. Yeah, and KT is Batman, if you guys were wondering. Apex is low prices, but you can get caught up in gambling mindset. Yeah, exactly, right? It's cheap, and it's good for someone that really knows how to trade and scalp. If you want a cheaper option, but if you're just going to Apex because you like cheap accounts, I'd be a little bit more careful about that. I've never had any problems with Apex myself. No, personally, I've never had any problems, but that's because I'm very detailed to their rules. Like I stick to the rules, you know, and I read through every single rule that they have so that I'm not making the wrong mistake. How do you trade Apex? What's the secret? Again, it's just reading the rules and scalping. I think you have to stick to a consistent strategy with them. You can't change up your strategy. You can't change up your the amount of contracts you're trading. You got to keep a consistent strategy with the same amount of contracts every single day, and you can't go past, you know, well, I'm at a blank for words, but their consistency rule, all that kind of stuff, right? Do you stick with the 50% rule? What 50% rule? Do you mean like 50% of the profit goal for the account? Of course, to love, of course, man. They denied a 40K payout. Yeah, that sucks. That's a bummer. Wait, did we tap into the 5-minute, guys? Guys, we tapped in the 5-minute. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Okay, we're getting inversion here. We just got inversion. This is a short opportunity right now. If we trade back into this inverse, I might low-key hop into the shorts. The only thing I don't like is there's not a lot of reward on this trade right now. It's only like 59 ticks to this low, but we could definitely move lower. This isn't like the furthest we'll move. We definitely could move lower than this. Right, we have more lows beneath. We didn't? I swear we did. Oh my gosh, we didn't. Look at that. Okay, you're right. We didn't tap into it. It totally looked like we did. It looks like it's like dead even with that level right now. Yeah, volume is very low right now for sure. Very low. Your entry model might be occurring. Yeah, I would like to see. Well, yeah, I would love to see this right now, Corrupts. See the 5 minute, the sweep of the equal highs, 5 minute bounce inversion. That's the entry model right there, man. That's it. That's what I would like to see here. Now again, we already did inverse this one, so you could still look for a short entry around this level, right? Around the inverse level. I just would rather wait. Again, I'm not like during the nighttime during Asia session, like I don't need to take trades tonight, right? I wanted to hop on and see if there was a really, really solid trade opportunity because that's the only way I'm gonna risk money during Asia session is if there's like just this amazing trade opportunity where I can hold on to a trade for a while, or at least for a little bit. I love trading Asia session. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy it. But there's certain times where I'm like, I'm just gonna stay out of this. We're just like chopping too much, low volume. Danny's teachings. Oh no, I don't. No, I trade much different than Danny. Much different. Like pretty much the complete opposite, to be honest. I look for in my trades. I'm always looking for 1 to 2, 1 to 3 at least risk to reward. That's usually what I'm targeting. I like to hold my trades. I don't like getting out of my trades quick. I like to really hold them to the TPs. And yeah, it's like Danny's style is much more scalp, right? He likes to quick scalp. I like to hold on to my trades and watch them play out. Let's see. Do you think it goes to that daily for value gap during the session though? Let's see. I don't know, man. Like we have so much bearish momentum right now and everything is bearish that there's definitely a possibility that we make it down there. And then we do end up getting that London reversal. You know, we might get a London reversal after tapping into the daily. We'll see if it really keeps selling off here. Hey, let's go, Angel. Dude, road to the 20K payout. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes I make 500, sometimes I make 400 with. Will that be okay with Apex? It depends. What's your account size? Him I am. What's your account size? It all depends on your account size. Like the consistency rule. What was I gonna say? Okay, so 50K account. So what is it? Isn't it? I always forget what their consistency rule is. Again, I don't really trade as much as I used to with Apex. What is it? 40% or 30%, guys? Someone remind me. Okay, it is 30. Okay, so with the 50K, what's your profit goal for a payout? What is it? Payout on a 50K is what, 2,600? Well, now it's changed on Apex. So don't you have to get, that's your threshold, or now that's your safety net. There's nothing, yeah, you can trail your stops. And that's smart, I think, with Apex. Trailing stops is a good idea, in my opinion. Because of that trailing drawdown on the unrealized gains. Okay, so you got to make 4K on a 50K now to get a payout. Okay. So yeah, then, making whatever your profit goal is, you just multiply that by 0.3. So let's say 4,000 times 0.3. So yeah, you just can't make more than 1,200. No, that's just for funded. That's just for funded. Evals doesn't matter. You can pass in one day for evals. So if it doesn't hit the full 100 takes most of the time, so my results vary. Yeah, that's fine as long as it's a consistent strategy. As long as you are keeping a consistent strategy with your trading. And my recommendation for Apex traders too is if you are scared that you're not going to get a payout or that they're going to deny it, just record all your trades or screenshot all your trades and then keep a really steady, or like keep a kind of a, what do you call it? Just a record of your trades. And then if they do try to call you out, be like, no, this is all of my trades. This is every single trade I took. This is the strategy I used. Give me my money. You know? Okay, guys. So 15-minute inversion. BPR forming. This is going to be a nice little level for a short here. I think this will be a nice little short level here. If we ever come back. If we ever come back. But look at here. I really want to see us come up and sweep these equal highs. Trade into that 5-minute. Trade into the 15-minute. And then come back down. I don't know, though. Because every time I think we're going to come back up, we just keep selling off. So I don't know if we will even trade back up. But as I said before, you could have gotten into the shorts up here when I said... Right, this could have been a good inversion short entry here, and I did call it out as it was happening. I would just be careful in this area because if we do, we might want to retrace back into that 15-minute or 5-minute. So this might be a trade. You know, maybe you want to move your stop to break even, something like that if you are in it. Hey, what's up, Kedis? Of course. Could you tell us a story about when you finally did get that first payout? Dude, it's like one of the best feelings in the world, man. I'm telling you, it was like one of the best feelings in the world. At first, I was like kind of in shock. I was like, this doesn't really feel real. This doesn't really feel real. Guys, this is why I said to move your stop loss to break even, right? Right? Didn't I just say that like right before we did that pump? Because our expectation was trading back into that 15-minute and sweeping these equal highs. So... hopefully, if you were in this trade, you did move your stop to break even, and now you can maybe look for a re-entry. But anyways, yeah, the feeling was it was amazing, man. It was amazing. It was just like I didn't believe it until I actually saw the money hit my bank account. I really didn't believe it. I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. And then I saw the money. I was like, whoa. It was like such a weird feeling, but it was pretty great, man. Pretty great to finally see that hard work paying off. Dude, I played Mr. Rager during our trading session a few days ago. I'm going to play it right now. Kid Cudi is top 3 artist of all time for me. Just kind of grew up with, you know, listening to him constantly. Yeah, so for recording, I use OBS. OBS is a really good software to record on. You can record your whole screen. So I recommend using OBS. It's a free software. Okay, so good question. Hey, I like the name Tick Tick Ren. Nice. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at now, right? So we traded back into the 15-minute. We got the inverse for value gap here. We just grabbed those equal highs, trade into a 5-minute SIBI. What would I need now for my confirmation? This is my model. This is my trading model right here. We soup the highs. We trade into a 5-minute or 15-minute SIBI, and then we get inversion of a 1-minute busy. That's my favorite model right there. That and a unicorn model with inversion. Those are my 2 favorite models. But again, I need to see inversion because if we don't inverse this strong 1-minute bullish for value gap, this could be a reversal point. But what I would do is I would wait for us to now inverse this 1-minute right here. And again, I don't care. I'm not someone that's going to try to get in the trade up here just because I think it might come down. No, I need to see it come down, right? Because this could be a reversal point right here, right? But let's say I did want to get in the shorts. I would look for inversion of this 1-minute busy, keep my stop above the fair value gap, and I would look to target this low, right? Not a lot of profit, so I don't know if this is even a trade I would get into. But that's the concept for the trade I'd be looking for here. Because again, 15-minute inversion, 5-minute SIBI, but we still need to respect the SIBI. If we close above the SIBI, then I'm not trading this, you know. But typically the idea is you soup some highs or some lows, like equal highs here. You trade into a 5-minute SIBI, you get inversion of the 1-minute busy, and then you jump in. That's the trade that I like. That's like my favorite model. We've actually used it a lot lately. It's been showing up a lot. But yeah, right now I don't like an entry here. Not unless we got like inversion. It really showed me that we're gonna move lower. Kid Cudi Intergalactic album was posted September 30th on my birthday. That's sick, dude. See, it's meant to be. You were meant to be a big Kid Cudi fan. That's so sick. What would you say the success rate is on that on a 1 to 2? I don't have the exact data for you, but it's a pretty high success rate. Um, Again, if you ask any, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know the exact data, but it's pretty high. I mean, we've taken it during our live trading sessions a few times this week, and I think it's been a winning trade every single time we've taken that model. If I'm not mistaken, maybe we got stopped at a break even on one of them. YouTube lies on videos. You mean like people that will say like their success rate or something? Yeah, no, I don't like all that stuff. Again, I don't really, the way I look at it, I don't really mess with all that. Like people claiming that they have a 90% win rate, they have the perfect strategy, 80% win rate, all that stuff. I don't care, man. Like win rate's cool, win rate's important, but at the end of the day, risk to reward is everything. And yeah, win rate will help you make more money and more consistently for sure. But risk to reward is, in my opinion, the most important thing. Yes, sir. I'll be on for free tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we'll be on for free. Yeah, we'll run our trading session. We'll look for a nice little trade setup, and then we'll do a prop from giveaway. And then we're gonna be interviewing Mr. Omar. And Omar actually just got a $19,000 payout from Top Step, and he's about to get a $25,000 payout all within 2 weeks. So we are going to, I'm going to interview Omar tomorrow. Hey, what's up? I wasn't sure if you were in here or not. So I'm going to interview Omar tomorrow during our trading session. If you guys want to get any kind of insight, learn from what he's been doing and just kind of talk about that. And he's actually got asked by Top Step TV to go on and do an interview with them too. So that's pretty cool. Pretty sick, man. So yeah, tomorrow should be fun. Tomorrow should be a fun session. I'm excited for it. Might need to go to bed soon, though, so I actually wake up in time. No, guys, I literally have the loudest alarm in the entire world that, like, sometimes I want to throw against the wall because it's the most annoying sound, but it always wakes me up. Always wakes me up. Yeah, guys, how we feeling about this week though? We've had a pretty good week so far, man. Like this week, I didn't really care about making like big gains or anything. I just wanted to catch some winning trades. I think I've had one losing day this week, and it was a pretty small losing day. So I think we're 3 for 4 this week, and then before that, last week we were 3 for 3. So what is that? What are we about? We're 6 for 7. Out of our last 7 days have been winning days. So yeah, we've been doing pretty good. So we're gonna try to keep that going tomorrow. Yeah, we traded 3 days last week. We didn't trade election day. We didn't trade Friday. Yeah, you guys were there for that. And then this week we've traded every day. And one losing day, and the rest were winning days. Is tomorrow OPEX? That is good to know. Good to know. So we might see some high volatility. Let's look up Forex Factory real quick. No. And then we have some pre-market red folder news as well. Retail sales, core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing, orange folder. And then just some yellow folder, FOMC members speaking, and then OPEX. And thanks for telling me. I definitely forgot about that. So we might see a pretty volatile day tomorrow. So just be aware of that. I'll be going into tomorrow with that mindset. Looking to be conservative. We know it's going to be a volatile day. Probably looking to get a trade early on in the day, within the first 30, 45 minutes. And if we do see our setup, cool. We'll take our trade. We'll call it a day. Like this morning, we caught 176 in the first 15 minutes, and that was it for the day. Didn't take any more trades. Because that's all I needed. I didn't need anything. So A little 15-minute workday for us this morning. That was pretty nice. All right, guys. So this is now when we're starting to look like we want to reverse. We now look like we want to reverse a little bit. So look at, we inverse the 5-minute. So now the entry model isn't playing out. And that's why I don't just try to jump into the shorts just to try to, because I think we're going to move lower. No, because we need to see more confirmation. And that's why I like waiting for inversion for my entries. I love waiting for inverse fair value gaps just to give me that confidence, that conviction that we're really going to keep moving in the direction we want it to. So this is actually a 15-minute SIBI here. Let's say we do inverse this 15-minute SIBI. I'm expecting these longs to now try to step back in here. Taking the boat out for fish. See you tonight for market open. Dude, I was like, what do you mean see you tonight? I forgot you're in Australia. Have fun, man. That sounds like a good time. Go catch some whoppers, man. Catch some whoppers. I'll be expecting to see some pictures of the fish you catch in the morning. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Guys, I need to check my fantasy team real quick. I don't know how my fantasy team is doing. I'm kind of scared. Oh, the game's over. Saquon Barkley got me 33 points. I will take that. All right. Very nice. That's always good to see. It's always good to see. Aren't we in a premium range on a lower time frame? What would bias be going long or short if we are in a premium? So, good question, right? We are in a premium of this range right here. Let's look at this 5-minute range. Boom. Right here is our 5-minute range. We are now in the premium. So, here's the deal. If we bounce from a bearish fair value gap on the 5 and the 15-minute that's in the premium, then yes, we're expecting the shorts to start stepping back in, right? But if we inverse our premium fair value gap, now I'm really expecting the longs to keep pushing up to buy side liquidity and get a market structure shift back up to buy side, right? To kind of start maybe initiating a little bit of a London reversal. We'll see. But that's kind of what I would look at, right? So yes, whenever we trade into a premium of a range like this, we do expect us to now come back down if our bias is bearish, right? But if we see inversion of a 15 or 5-minute like this, we didn't inverse it. But if we did, what else is stopping us right now? Yeah, we have an order block here, but I'm expecting us to now run for liquidity above. So we'll see if we do inverse it or if we start bouncing. Blowing my accounts today wasn't me. It wasn't me. I accidentally left Hubbard bench and had Pollard in 25 points. Oh, dude. Oh, he still won. That's good. Bro, Hubbard's been going off this year. What's up with that? He's been going off. Dude, that's literally the worst when you bench someone that outscores like your whole team. Not fun. All right, guys. I don't know if I'll end up taking a trade here. I almost want to just kind of save my capital for tomorrow morning and go crazy tomorrow. I want to go crazy tomorrow morning. If there's a good setup. If there's a good A+ setup. But I will say, right, if you're looking for that long, right, you want to take a trade, just wait for inversion on the 15 or the 5-minute, and then look for a 1-minute, fair value gap entry that you might be able to take up to these equal highs. Something like that, right? That's what I would be looking for. You just, we have VWAP here. This is just not, I just don't really want to trade this right now, to be honest with you guys. I like, unless I see my, literally my perfect setup, I just kind of like sit on the sideline here and then waiting for the morning. Yes, sir, Crixus. Of course, man. 9 to 10 p.m. PST, great volume. True that. It usually does start picking up pretty good as we're going into London session. When you trade, do you have TradingView connected to your broker? Also, where do you execute TradingView? Yeah, I always have it connected to Tradeovate. And where do you execute TradingView? I execute on TradeOvate. I never execute trades on TradingView. It's always on TradeOvate. And I have multiple screens pulled up, so like on my other screen I have TradeOvate pulled up, and that's where I execute my trades. And the only reason I have it connected is so that you guys can see my entries. I want you guys to always be able to see my entries, where I'm putting my TP levels. That's why I put it on there. But I don't like executing trades or anything on TradingView. It's just too much of a lag. Yeah. I mean, TradingView is an amazing platform, man. It's my favorite. So I love charting. I don't think there's any other better platform than TradingView when it comes to charting. I think it's the best out there. But yeah, just so you guys, I like connecting it on TradingView with my broker so that you guys can kind of see. Interesting, really. All right, maybe I'll start checking it out then. Maybe I'll start doing executions on TradingView. I'm down to test it out a little bit. Haven't done that in a long time, but that could be. I'm down to try it out. Early sellers. What do you mean? What do you mean, Green? What do you mean by that? Forever. All right, guys. Oh, I think that might be it for me tonight. Again, thank you guys for hopping on. You know, I really I care about, you know, I know a lot of you guys just hop on to copy trade and everything, but I do care about you guys learning, and even when we don't take trades on sessions, I just like hanging out with you guys and really just learning and talking trading, man. There's not much better than talking trading. So even when we don't take trades, I absolutely love it. I love hanging with you guys and having a good time, listening to some good music. But tomorrow morning, I better see every one of you there. I better see every one of you on the stream tomorrow morning. It's free, remember. It's a free session, so I'm excited. I'm gonna get some sleep. I need to get my sleep. 6:15 a.m. PST is when I'll be going live. 6:15 PST, 9:15 Eastern. I always go live 15 minutes before market open to do our pre-market analysis. So I want to see everybody there. Wait, is that Wilbert? Hey, Wilbert. Is that the Wilbert I think it is? Dude, good to see you, man. Good night, brother. It's good to see you. Are you gonna have a Black Friday deal? Yes, we will. We're gonna have details for our Black Friday deal probably coming out next week. We'll have those details for you next week. We're gonna have a pretty good deal for Black Friday, so yeah, we'll have that announcement for you. Oh, you're in Texas. Nice. I used to go to Texas a lot. I'm out here in Utah, so I'm on Mountain Standard Time. But it's just there's not a lot of people that are on Mountain Standard Time, so I always just say Pacific or Eastern because that's what most people are on. Low key though, I think Central Time might be the best. Central might be the best for trading. All right, guys. Later, worst behavior. Eastern Time's the best. It's debatable. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. God bless you. Stay safe tonight. Get some good sleep. Don't let those bed bugs bite. And I'll catch you guys in the morning. Yeah, I'm also going to be starting out. I'm going to be starting one-on-one soon as well. Next week we're going to have a bunch of announcements for you. We're bringing a bunch of stuff to the community. So stay tuned next week, and we're going to have a lot of announcements in terms of one-on-ones, mentorship, a lot of stuff coming your guys' way. Sale, all that good stuff. So, dude, you got to get rid of those bed bugs, dude. Get rid of them, man. It's not good. Or just don't let them bite. All All right, guys. You have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys all very soon. See you in the morning. Peace out.